Okay, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, Australia. I think, of course, Perth is still good morning. There's one or two joining us from Perth. And it's a good morning to those that are in Perth as well. Right now, very quickly, I'm just going to move straight in. I'm going to ask if everybody else will mute their microphones, please, especially as we enter into this so that there are no distractions. Okay, so please don't forget to mute your microphones.
Ronnie, you can physically mute anyone.
I think I'm going to go ahead and
Galaxy
do that.
A8. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Yeah, I just, okay. Guys, we are really blessed and honored this afternoon to have Anna Felman just share some insights with us. I was really taken up with an interview that Anna was a part of, or should I say, did with Oscar Lopez, the CEO. For those of you who don't know who Oscar Lopez is, Anna was being interviewed by the CEO, and just the brief bit that she shared, I thought, man, there's value in this lady. If we can just get her on, it'll be great. Well, it's happened. Anna is only able to offer us 30 minutes of her time. Again, it's going to be a valuable 30 minutes. Now, I don't know, Anna, if you've had the chance to have a look at the questions that I sent to you, the potential questions, I call them.
I did.
The first one, Anna, is, again, let me say, please feel comfortable with whichever way you want to answer these questions. We respect your space and also, the number of people you have to look after. First one is, if you're comfortable, can you please share how your journey began with CFX, just where it began and how you got to where you are? I know you are now director. For those of you who don't know, Anna has reached the director. Am I correct, Anna?
Yeah, double director. So I have two positions at director and
okay.
Moving towards president now. So yeah.
Wow. Now again, you've just thrown something at me here. Please, you're going to have to explain to everybody else, because I know I'm not the only one. How do you get to double director? So go ahead, please, Anna, and just
well, just to say, so we have so I have a CFX account. My husband has a CFX account, and both of those positions have gone to director.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
So that makes sense. So yeah, we in CFX, in the terms and conditions, you can have 3 accounts per household.
Yes.
So I first of all encourage everyone to have multiple positions. Thank you very much, Mel. Yeah, it's really exciting. So look, we started 18 months ago in CFX. I was working with another network marketing company at the time. Really, the network marketing space has always been a bit of a side hustle for me up until now. I've always been in the personal development, empowerment space. So my real passion is empowerment of women, which is how I ended up on the call, most likely with Waska and John, being interviewed for International Women's Day. To all the women out there, it was such an honor to represent the women of CFX and women generally. I'm so passionate about women rising into full empowered partnership with our incredible men. And I feel like, so really the CFX opportunity coming into my space 18 months ago was just a perfect kind of like a soul alignment business, because unlike any other network marketing company or business model I've ever worked with, it tends to leave people behind. Not everybody wins, no matter how much we hustle and commit and do the inner work and stretch ourselves, the reality is we all have a lot on our plate. The world is a very complex place right now. And I feel like what most of us want to do is to help our brothers and sisters rise, to achieve, to prosper, to thrive in some way in this life. With CFX, it was just a no-brainer. Suddenly I had something, you would still be on that trajectory. So I have fallen completely in love with CFX because it matches my values, all of the teaching, all of the course creation, all of the facilitation and coaching that I do seems to marry very, very well into my natural narrative, what I normally love speaking about. Only now I have a captive audience, my team. I don't have to charge them for my services because we work together as a team and I get paid incredibly well with CFX, like nothing ever before. In fact, over 5 months ago, just someone, Galaxy, you've just unmuted again. Just keep that line muted and clear. My husband 5 months ago, Asher, who's been working this business with me for the whole 18 months, was able to quit his job, his career, not a job, but a career in IT project management. And now we work full-time in the business, and we have well and truly exceeded any kind of executive level income that we've both earned out there in the field. And this is what we do now full time. So as I say, it's captured my heart. I feel like all of, I think with any business, you have to really feel like it's your purpose, right? You don't want to be in a business if it doesn't speak your language. And I think, you wanted me to share a few things about, creating success, and what the number one thing is feeling on purpose every day. Like my whole soul purpose is in this business, because it's all about rising people and everyone thriving. And the reality is, without money, without prosperity, we can't thrive, because it's a catalyst to our health, our well-being, time to spend with family, friends, living a life by our own design, being able to take care of ourselves and others, being able to contribute at a higher level, be able to, live our life on our own terms. That's going to require money. So whenever I have gone off track from the money story, I always feel like I'm leaving out something very important, like something that has to be talked about. We can't go around in circles. We've got to talk about the money, the freedom, the financial freedom, etc. So yes, I feel like I found my place, and that I think is such an important thing for it to click in for other people as well, is to really let that into your heart, because it's not just about the numbers and the returns and how much money everyone gets to make. It's a very much a mission movement led business. And I think if you can let that drop in quite deeply, that can be a game changer.
Excellent. Now, I think you've already answered number 2, which was, what would you consider the 3 top reasons or strategies that contributed to your success? So I think you've covered that well. And now just move on to the next one. With the current size of your team, which you're at liberty to mention if you're comfortable with this, saying that, which I am sure is still growing, how do you navigate your way around and overcome some of the challenges that you face?
Yeah. So first of all, I have over 12,000 in my team. So I think it's probably growing to close to 13,000 globally now, which is just so exciting, because CFX just obviously spreads like wildfire. It's so much bigger than any of us. I'm very blessed. I have a president, the first female president in CFX in my organization, and she herself is building an empire. So, God bless. I mean, I would like to go back to the question before about what are some of the structures for success, some of the tips that I have. Well, just to reiterate, finding great leaders to work with is so important. I think that, what I did initially was really handpick people who I love to work with, who are influencers, leaders, believers, missionary people that are on fire for entrepreneurship, for change, for empowerment. So, you know, it's very, very important to line up your leaders because it takes 3 directors to go president. So having a structure where you can map out your journey and compress time is get your leaders in first. So really, really identify who those people are that you don't have to drag around, but who are genuinely on fire to build an online business, financial freedom, retire themselves or a partner from a career that they don't particularly love, you know, people that have influence, people that have big vision. So really, you know, like I was speaking and reaching out also to people who are more successful than me, who have a track record for achievements. And I was looking for those people, right? As opposed to, you know, just chasing customers. It's not really what I do. The other thing that I've done, so leadership, embodying the leader within and attracting leaders is number 1. Number 2 is I've always been building my personal brand on social media networks. So I mainly focus on Facebook because I get overwhelmed with all of them, but really, you know, you can see me on Facebook. I constantly speak and write and share and promote the concept, not CFX, but the theory, the philosophy, the analysis, the critique of my, what I call thought leadership. So, you know, what do I want to be known for? What do you want to be known for? So you're not selling CFX, you're attracting people to a mission. What's your mission? What do you stand for? Do people know that you're a stand for that? How do they know that you're a stand for that? Because they need to know, love, and trust you to come into CFX, right? So I think that, you know, if you're somebody that is, you feel like you've exhausted your list, you've spoken to everybody that you know, you don't think you've got any more people to speak to, consider building a brand, an authentic brand on social media that isn't just pitching CFX and the trading returns, but actually positioning yourself as a thought leader who has some value to give, some disruptive conversation to make. Does that make sense, Ronnie?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. Thanks for that.
But I will go to that question that you did ask because I haven't forgotten it. And one thing leads to the other. So building a very strong team morale. So that's going to help to answer the question of how do I manage the challenges with the team, right? So number 1 is communicating with your team on a regular basis. So how many, you know, threads and groups and spaces have you created to have daily dialogue with your team? Even when you think that there's nothing to say, there's always an interview or a video or a, you know, a Robert Kiyosaki video, something to give your team that helps to build the trust and the connection, because they need to hear from you. Even if you've only got 1 person, 2 or 3 in your team, stay very, very close to them. People in this industry, particularly with what we're experiencing, need communication. It sounds like they need the withdrawals and they need the money and they need this, but they actually just need the connection and the communication, the trust. So I have, as best as I can, many different channels to connect with my leaders. So my top leaders are in a separate group with me, and we come together and we build together and we have concepts that we roll out together. We work closely, and it doesn't matter whose lineage people are in. If they're under me, they all love each other. You know, that we all bond. Okay, so that's important, because then when it comes to navigating these challenges, they're close to the campfire. Excellent. Someone needs to be close to the campfire. I'm very close to Richard Maud, who is an ambassador in the UK. And I forged that relationship very early on because I needed to be very close to the campfire to relay all of that to my team. So my first goal was to get as quickly as possible to director, because I knew that I would do that on behalf of my team. So if you're passionate about going all the way with CFX, your goal is to get to manager to director so that you can also be close to the campfire and be able to pass on, you know, the belief, the certainty, the information from leaders down.
Yeah, excellent. I caught that. Being close to the campfire is just struck a chord with me.
Do whatever it takes. Just do whatever it takes.
Yeah,
You get there, you
absolutely.
run, you sprint to that
Yeah,
campfire. Yeah, because
absolutely.
it's a service to your team, isn't it? Yeah,
Exactly.
it's being powered always by something bigger than yourself.
Wow. Wow. That's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
That's so
leadership.
true.
I mean, that's just that I've been in network marketing for
Mm,
the better part of 20 years, which is another reason why I've been able to create this fairly quickly, because I'm coming from a network marketing
yeah.
background. Everyone
Yeah.
is starting, with a different network, with a different experience, from career to businesses. Whatever your background is has certainly got you to where you are today. I think it's, people are coming in different levels, so we can't ever compare ourselves to anybody else, because everyone's journey begins somewhere different.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
It's very possible for
Yeah.
everybody, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just to take it into context.
And don't you just love it that CFX does not treat anybody any different, regardless of how you come in? You're just part of the family. And that's one thing that it really impressed me about them.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's the best. I've never been with a company where, you can feel this close to the CEO, to the leadership, to
Correct.
other leaders, like sharing information like this, coming on each other's calls.
Yeah.
It's because it's a very generous, the spirit of CFX is so generous that
Generous.
you become the identity of the company. So there's definitely that accessibility.
Excellent. Anna, thanks. I wish I could just allow you to go, but I know your time
No,
is.
don't worry about the 30-minute mark. Don't worry about that,
Okay.
because my next appointment cancelled, so we have till the top of the
Oh,
hour.
well, there you go.
I'll use it.
I'm
I'll use it.
I'm gonna drain every bit.
Yeah. Sorry, I should have, as soon as you said it, I was like, no, I must tell Ronnie that
Okay.
I've got till my time 1. So we've got plenty of time together.
Excellent. Okay, for us here in Australia, and I'm sure you're aware of the challenges we've encountered with the wallets, the different issues with the wallets, the exchange wallets. And then, of course, we've run into this a fair bit in our group. Maybe it's not the same with you, where they're getting this message from ASIC, very negative message, warning them against CFX and so on, and all the rhetoric of CFX is under investigation and blah, blah, blah. Now, it has rocked a few people, but how do you answer that with your guys? How did you deal with that?
Yeah, well, I get excited, first of all, when people bring that to me, because I love those warnings. Those warnings are just wonderful to harvest, because, well, the moment you just, feel reactive to them is the moment you've kind of like lost the whole picture. You've missed the point.
Yep.
You just missed the point of what we are.
Yep.
First of all, it's so important that everyone understands, including our members, our guests that are looking, right? So our leads, so to speak, it's very important that we educate them about what CFX is and what CFX isn't. So the first thing I'd like to say is CFX is a network marketing company that is firmly placed and registered as an education training company. We are not a securities company. We are not a bank. We are not a financial institution. And when a regulated body like ASIC or FCA try to look at us, they don't know what they're looking at. They're not looking at a network marketing company that has an academy. We only earn money from the academy, right? We get our trading returns,
Correct.
but we're not selling the trading pool. The distinction is we're only selling the product, actually, because where is your fast start and uni level coming from? It's coming from only the academy. So number one, for all of the warning that they put there, no one has ever approached CFX to do their investigation. So imagine, it's a blanket warning. It says nothing significant.
Right.
It's coming from the regulatory bodies that we are totally working against. So they don't understand us and they don't like us, right? Because we're also in the decentralized space. They certainly don't understand what we are.
Absolutely.
So I try to bring clarity and perspective. This is never going to be touched by the ASIC. We are a Panamanian registered company that is firmly planted in the education space, and they can't touch us. And if you are someone that is ready to rattle the cage and start earning the returns that you deserve instead of what we've been getting with the bank and this ASIC approved, whatever platforms, by all means, you can go there and continue doing that. But if you're ready for a new economy and to birth a new paradigm, get ready to hold on to your pants and take a little bit of, pushback, because that is exactly what any disruptive company or industry is going to experience. And I always say, there's always risk in trading on the Forex. Don't put any money in that you can't afford to lose. Correct. I love that you can start on a $300 pack. So let's get real and just remind everyone we're having a $300 conversation. If people want to add money later, if they want to learn as they earn, I say learn as you earn for a few weeks, a few months, by all means, but sitting on the sideline questioning ASIC, this, that, and the other, when actually the whole point is that we're moving into a decentralized platform, makes no sense. So, fence sitters are just make a decision, either stick with what you're doing or come and try something new and experience it from the inside out.
Right.
There are lots of things I can still say on that, but hopefully that helps just to give that
it does. It sure does. And it just for the sake of those who don't know what ASIC, the abbreviation of ASIC stands for, can you just, just quickly explain that? And also, I think they will be able to relate to it. There are different, it's called different in different countries. If you can please just explain.
It's just the Australian Securities Commission, basically. It's okay. like every country will have like a regulatory body, and these are pretty corrupt spaces, to be honest. The types of people that they endorse are the banks, and they pay subscription fees to be a part of ASIC. Like, clearly we're never going to do that, right? So you've got to understand also the way the world works and how privatized so many of these organizations are, how corrupt they are, how you get to be a part of them, or how you're on the outside. We're on the outside of this, and thank God we are, because what we're really gunning for is to be disruptive and to finally bring, this redistribution of wealth to the people. So that's what that is. There are warnings, all of that. Look, to be honest, they're probably going to go away very soon, because with phase 2 coming, and we know that that's imminent, we're going to be delivered a regulated company anyway. So they've been working tirelessly in the background, even though, and I don't know 100% how it's going to look. I don't have it's not like Waskar tells me all of the secrets of CFX, none of that. In fact, he keeps his cards very close to his chest, and even someone like a Richard Maud, who's an ambassador, wouldn't have any more information than me or you. He is that protective. So when it comes to phase 2, we'll know about it when it's ready. That's when we'll know about it. He never over promises and under delivers. He's very much, he's a very humble, and he doesn't like to say too much. And so we know it's coming, and we know that there's been talk of it coming quite soon. And what has been implied, and this is conjecture, what has been implied is a fully regulated, licensed company, meaning that it seems to me that the trading side is also going to be licensed. So that's exciting, because not only are we moving to copy trading, or at least that will be another product that can be offered to our membership, which makes it all squeaky clean. Well, it proves that we're doing all of the trading, because you can see all of the trades from your phone. but you also have a licensed trading house in a sense that you're partnered with. At the moment, only the broker needs to be regulated. Okay, the trading technology that we're leveraging, they send signals to the licensed regulated broker, and they need to be regulated. So we have to also make the distinctions again of who needs the license. However, we know that CFX are very, very conscious. Oh, Marcel, there we go.
I've just muted. Yeah,
that's it. Thank you. Yeah, we just have to be conscious about, you know, how passionately CFX are working in the background to make this a company that is easy for us to share.
Correct.
And a pleasure for us to share. So they know what they need to do, and these things take time.
Yeah.
So how do you want the journey to go? How are you writing the story? Because we're all going to get there anyway. We're all going to get the most fabulous, fully compliant, glorious company that we can take in years and years and years with us into the future. The journey that we're on now, though, is an important journey of how we traverse the challenges, the attitude that we have, the perspective that we hold, the composure, you know, and the posture, so to speak, with your team and with yourself. You know,
right.
I feel obviously, you know, very loyal and very certain, and I have a strong level of belief because I have a lot of context for what the company are going through, you know.
Right.
And this is kind of leading into the delays and withdrawals, meaning I know that that's where you're sort of going.
Yeah.
The fact is, we don't have a payment processor at the moment. We don't have a payment processor at the moment. That is very, very important to understand. Our payment processor is under security audit now in preparation for phase 2 and the rollout of a new payment system that works, right? None of us know the exact details, but we know that even though we don't have an automated payment processor, that Huascar is still paying out manually.
Wow.
We millions of dollars are going out every week, and it's slower than we would like, and there are definitely delays. But how is that any different from any other billion-dollar startup company in its first few years? Every single billion-dollar company had far worse challenges than what we're dealing with. But most of us don't have the perspective of running a multi-billion-dollar business. We just, all we are afraid of is, you know, the money and the withdrawals. Look, to be honest, my team don't withdraw. I mean, I encourage them not to withdraw, but to go to get to those 100K packs. Every minute that you don't upgrade to the next pack is a lost minute, a lost dollar to be compounding. This is a wealth management journey, not an ATM machine. So I don't know, like, unless you're making 100K a month, which is where we are at least 100 to 200K a month, there's no need to withdraw money. You should be building and upgrading those packs. So you have 2, if not 3 accounts at 100K. And when we focus on the wrong conversation, like, where are my withdrawals? Where the money? It's going to collapse. It's a Ponzi scheme. Like we're stuck in those vibrations. We're really missing the embodiment of being the millionaire that we're here to be. Like, this is the moment. This is the moment. And every week we get trading returns. We still get our uni level. We still get our matrix. We still get paid. Sure, there's a bit of a delay, maybe 6 or 8 weeks on your payments. Who cares? Everyone's going to get paid. If we focus our attention on the delayed withdrawals instead of the legacy wealth creation, the compounding effect, the structure, the journey, the blueprint that we are all being gifted, we're missing the gift. What does that tell the universe? I don't know, like, the universe doesn't want to reward us really back if we are just focused on the scarcity. Right? We're all getting paid. The company is going through absolutely normal growing pains, scaling pains as it moves towards a million members. Ron Poker's onto it. Huascar is onto it. They're doing the best that they can. I don't like that there are delays. I don't like it any better than anyone else, but I'm comfortable with a bit of discomfort in my life. I'm comfortable with, you know, the fact that, you know, when I get paid, it's enough for 2 years worth of living, but I worked for that too. You know, that didn't come easy. So I think it's like, you know, really understanding and having this wide lens perspective of what you have, the gift that you have, and what sort of energy are you pouring into this gift that is CFX? Because I don't know, like for me, it doesn't matter about the delays, the gratitude that I have that they are overcoming their challenges, that they are providing solutions, that we have a real CEO who shows up every month to present to us, that we have a real headquarters where our members come and shake the hands of our real traders. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. It doesn't. We have a product. We have a product. Show me a company that actually has a real product. We have the Academy, soon to be the belle of the ball, potentially a government accredited very first of its kind. It's coming, but we hate being patient. I know, it's horrible, isn't it? It's horrible being patient because, you know, we're not used to delayed gratification. And I feel like we're being tested. And I knew when I started CFX, boy, oh boy, I said to Asha, we're going to come up against everybody's wounds, everybody's fears, everybody's betrayals, everybody's skepticism, all of these stories people have around money. We're going to get it. We're going to get it from everyone. But you know what? The ones that make the most money, they have capacity to hold all of the arrows. You know what it is? The pioneers, they take all of the arrows, but they get the best land.
Correct.
The pioneers take all the arrows, but they get the best land. Absolutely. Who are you? You get to choose. Do you want to be that pioneer, or do you want to be one of those arrows just constantly firing off? Like, it's okay. Like, it's not, I don't think, you know, this isn't about blaming or shaming anyone or diminishing your concerns, but everything in life is a choice.
Correct.
Everything in life is a decision. How you act, who you be, how you show up. That's your legacy. CFX are doing no different to how you would do if you were managing this company. Trust me, they're not holding back because they're trying to be mean. They are doing everything in their power to bring us phase 2 as quickly as possible, guys. If you only knew, I mean, why Waska? I mean, Waska's just given birth to his second baby with his wife, and I'm sure he doesn't sleep at night. You know, trust me. I mean, these guys are like, it's on their shoulders, it's on their head. Like, I know that it's stressful for all of us, but you can't even imagine what it must be for them to carry all of this, and yet their commitment is unwavering, and that
absolutely
I feel grateful for.
Absolutely, most impressive. You touched a bit on the phase 2 that's coming up there, and I think you've already answered the wallet issue, if I'm correct, you know, the problems we've been having with wallets, because once that phase 2 is in, sounds like to me, it'll take care of the wallet problems if there are, which I'm saying which may not be, because I tend to have a feeling that some of these wallets are in competition with CFX. And so they try to badmouth CFX and do everything they can to, to compete with them. So I think you've covered the wallet situation. If you want to elaborate more on it, please go ahead and feel free to do that.
I think we've got the general gist of where we need to stand with all of this. Everything is just course correction. Correct. Just course correction. Just move around these issues. They're temporary issues. Don't let these things be a deal breaker. Other people will pick up on your energy in your team, and they will also just move through it. Just course correct. All good leaders know how to course correct.
Yep. Guys, I hope you're picking up some nuggets here.
I hope so.
Even though I'm going to be watching this over and over again, I mean, I've picked up some gems, wide length perspective, everything in life is a choice. Staying close to the campfire. All those nuggets are really starting to impact me even as we are on this call. But if you want me to send you the recording, I know I'll be sending this to Merle, and Merle, feel free to send it to whoever you want on that end. But I'm telling you now, this is big stuff. It's
I
really
see Merle
happening.
is a manager, which is
Yeah.
awesome. Congratulations, Merle, on your
Yeah,
manager, soon
yeah,
to be director, I'm sure.
yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
And so is her husband. And so is her husband and his manager as well.
Right. Oh, well, Merle, you're just minutes away from joining the Directors Club.
Yeah, I'm in good care. They are my upline.
So Merle is your upline.
Yep, they are both my upline.
They're
I'm
very
in
proud of
great
you.
care. Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes. Right now, just moving along, and one of the questions that keeps coming up as I go introducing CFX to people is, how secure are my funds in CFX? I'm just going to give you a very brief part of the question, and then you can just dig into it whichever way you want. And yeah.
Well, look, I don't really know how to answer that one. I'm an authentic person, so I don't know how. I mean, here's my take on it. CFX spend an enormous part of their budget on security, right? Recently, in the summer, we know that we experienced multiple and significant cyber attacks. And we know that cyber attacks are a huge problem out there in the field that we're in. We know that together with Ron Pope and the security companies that we work with, that CFX pour a tremendous amount of capital into securing the company, the funds, and the platform. I don't know the details of how they do it, but I have a lot of faith in these guys. And I think it comes down to, in this business, there's going to be a million things that we want to know. We want to know what happens if fiat crashes, what happens to Forex. We want to know if everyone goes to digital currencies and there's one currency and this happens and the war happens, what happens with CFX? And, the truth is, guys, that we don't know a lot of these answers. And again, I'm very simple. I like to keep my energy where there is power and possibility. And I just check in with myself. Is this a question that I can, that gives me, that has power and possibility in it? Is it, or does it feel like kind of dead? It's like, Huascar is never going to come out and give us his, I don't know, diagnosis of fiat currency and the US dollar and the Fed coin and what's going to happen if the New World Order, all the stuff, I don't know, I get it from my team. I don't know if you get it. What happens if this, and this? We don't know. We don't know, but we can take a posture of trusting and having faith that these guys seriously know what they're doing.
Correct.
They mentioned on a recent call at the last live event that they're adding AI technology onto the EAs, meaning that they will be scanning, geopolitics, the news, what's happening in the world, and that will play a part in the trading and the style of trading. And again, the course correction around trading that needs to happen depending on what's happening in the world. And so I tend to think that these guys are seriously invested in this being a legacy company. Otherwise, why would they bother? Why would they bother spending millions on a headquarters? Why would they bother on the academy? Why would they bother on copy trading? I'm part of the beta copy trading test. So I'm delighted with what we're getting. I know that we're on our way. It's real. It's happening. Why would they bother if they didn't have a plan to be here for 20 years and beyond? So I tend to think there are areas out of my jurisdiction, like that question around security. I feel very secure. The question is, how secure is your money in the bank? Again, I don't have an answer, but I've heard that not particularly secure either.
No.
Or superannuation, not particularly secure either. So I think, again, don't put in anything that you're going to lose sleep over. If you're so worried about, if it's 50K that you have and you're thinking, oh, is my money secure? maybe you feel into it. Maybe 10K is more of a comfortable place to invest, and, you know, have your money in places where you feel comfortable. I
Right.
feel very safe. Third year, positive trading returns, money keeps on flowing. I'm very happy.
Uh, my take has been very similar, and to be honest, I mean, all the stuff that's been floating around hasn't affected me because I've spent a lot of time listening and watching videos. And when I came into CFX, I'm just going to be very open with all you guys that are listening to this. I knew nothing about EAs and AIs and all of that. That is all foreign language to me. Now I can tell you what an EA is, what an AI is. How did I get there? Because I'm watching the videos. I'm listening to them explain what these things are. I listen to John Kinnear's videos. I watch his videos, and he's educating me on all this stuff. And guess what's happened? Instead of me backing off because of fear, I'm upgrading. I'm just upgrading with everything I got in my back office. The confidence level has gone to the roof. You know, I only put that question in there for Anna because I know some of you have had that question floating around in your thinking, and also somebody else has challenged you with it. But again, I like what you said, and that is, don't pay too much attention to things like that, questions like that, because they just drain you. Basically,
there's no power
drain
in
the
it.
life out of you.
Yeah,
know?
not interested. Yeah, I tend to, and now I want to teach my team that as well, because we get so distracted by conversations and drama that doesn't do anything positive for our lives. So
Correct.
just to really, you know, encourage people to be aware.
Yeah. One of the things that I heard John Kinnear say as well, which as we close this up, you might be able to add a little bit more to that, was he brought up the fact that there's such insecurity around the world. I mean, the world events that are going on right now are just so crazy. And yet, CFX is just riding the wave. I mean, they just keep going. You know, the wars are going. I think you mentioned something about somebody, a good few people stopping their trading. They're no longer trading because of the fear of what's going on, but CFX just keeps on trading. I mean, I'd love to see more than 1% a week, but guess what? Even if I saw 50% of that, 5% of that, it will be better than what I've ever gotten from the banks. So yeah. I'm okay. As long as they're trading, I'm happy. So yeah, I think that's
I think you're right, but the real wealth building in this company is to do with the sharing. This is a network marketing business. If you really want the big money, it's in the bull. You need the bear to be real, but once that box is ticked, you go out and share it. Yeah. This is a team building business. This is a business of sharing. This is a business of multiplying money, of helping others. This is about you guys getting together and building an executive factory. 2 executives make a manager, 2 managers make a director. Find the people in your community that are hungry, who wants a burning desire for freedom, to make it through these wars and this crazy that isn't going away. It seems to be just accelerating. Who is wanting a community, partnership, friendship, a business that pays like nothing else ever on the planet? You know, we started with 3 $2,000 packs, and we got all 3 to 100K packs in about 6 months. Wow. We now, you know, we gross about, you know, 30 to 50, 60K a week USD off the platform. That's not trading returns. That's a combination of matrix trading, uni-level, fast start bonuses. And all I care about is my team. Who can I next get to manager, director? Wow. Who can I help down my line to pull them up to executive? Because executives make managers, managers make directors. So let's be really clear. I mean, the opportunity right now is massive to build your team. This is about sharing. John Kinnear teaches 3 by 3. 3 people just have to share with 3 people. It's an asset. You're not getting them to buy a product, a gel, a potion, a lotion, a shake. It's an asset, $300, whatever they decide their capital they want to put in, that's going to grow for them. But if 3 show to 3, that's another 9. Those 9 show to 3, that's another 27. So what do we need to do? Duplicate. We need to teach easy, simple duplication strategies. So you've got to come together, Ronnie, with your team and find out who is hungry like you. You only need 2. Out of this whole group, there have to be 2 that want it. And you're going to work together every day to get them to executive. And it's consistency. You never take your foot off the gas. When you hit executive, you don't slow down. You speed up.
Thank you for that.
It's urgent. It's urgent.
Yeah.
That's where the money is. The money is not in your 4 or 5% a week. I mean, yeah, that's awesome. But let's face it, guys, who has 5 years, 10 years to get there? I don't know, give it to me yesterday. If it's on the table, why would you leave money on the table? If you're humanitarian, why would you hold back from one person that needs to know about this? Your job is to build the bridge between where they are and what we have. So if they're not getting it, if they're not feeling CFX, you've got to find a stronger posture, better language, not forcing, not at all. It's about really magnetizing people into what we have by who you are, what you're shining, what you're sharing, how you're sharing, right? The passion behind you. You can say all of the things to somebody and they only feel what you say, they don't even hear your words. So just really now it's about team building. That is really what CFX is about. So once we get all of the other stuff out of the way, right, who are we helping here to executive? That's where the fun begins. You're not putting out fires. That's a boring business. My business is about getting to know who's hungry, who wants this, right? And then helping those people. I can't help everybody, but I can help the people that match me in my desire to create success.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you.
No worries. No worries. Look, guys, I mean,
really value this.
You got beautiful people on the call. I mean, these people want it, Merle and Lorne and Claudel, I don't know where Gary is or Galaxy, like where you guys are at, but this is the 1 in a million. I mean, this is it. Like any minute spent, I don't know, like with your mind in, all of those places there's no power. It's a minute spent that you could be changing someone's life.
Yeah.
It doesn't get better than CFX. It's really, I love that we can harvest the challenges. If we didn't have these challenges, well, it would look like a Ponzi scheme, because what do Ponzi schemes do? They pay on the dot. There's no delays. They pay, and then they disappear.
Very quickly.
This one is 3 years plus. We're going to be moving into our 4th year with a $10 million headquarters, live events, a product, copy trading. You're being gifted the most extraordinary opportunity. It's like the joke about the man in the flood, and he's like the man in the flood and the water is rising and he's standing on the roof of his house and, and he says, you know what, I'm going to make a deal with God. If God loves me, God is going to save me from this flood. And of course, the water is rising up to his knees and the canoe comes and he tries to, hey, God, mate, come on to the canoe. He's, no, God is going to save me. I'm all good. And then the motorboat, no, I'm good. God's going to save me. And then the helicopter comes and drops down the ladder. No, I'm good. I don't need help. God is going to save me. And of course, the waters rise. He's washed away and he drowns and he ends up meeting God at the pearly white gates. And he says, what happened? We had a pact. I put all of my faith and trust in you. And God says, look, I sent you a canoe. I sent you the motorboat. I sent you the bloody helicopter. And still you didn't take it. What do you want from me?
What are you talking about? Yeah.
This is exactly the scenario and how blind many of us are to just seeing. It's not about getting rid of the challenges, right? Let's harvest the challenges, understand what you have in your hands. This is the 1 in a million. Everything else will disappear. I mean, other things that I see out there with no product, that's a concern. I have no concern about delays because they're just delays. He's paying out tens of millions every week. We're all getting there. It's okay. Like, it's slower than we'd like, but he hasn't stopped paying. It's really understanding and appreciating, replacing expectation with appreciation, replacing expectation with appreciation.
Correct.
You have a gift. You have a gift. What will you do with that gift from God? You've been praying for it. You've been intending for it. You've been manifesting it. Now it's here. I mean, I don't get it. Like, I treat every day like it is such a gift, and I harvest exactly, Lorne, the challenges. That's how I roll.
Wow. Well, Anna, you know what? That's a word right there. Oh, that is a word right there. Your wrap up was just awesome. Awesome. I mean,
It's been a pleasure to be with you guys.
That just
I
puts
hope it helps
everything.
them.
Yeah.
I really think every single person here, Marcel and all of the Samsungs and Galaxies that are on their phones, and Tania, that you feel it, that you just realize that today is drawing a line in the sand moment, and make this your first day at CFX. Make this your first day. That's it. You get to decide. No one outside of you gets to decide how this thing goes. You are the captain of your ship. You are the CEO of your business. This is how I look. This is how I feel. This is how I come across as the CEO of my business. And I strategically partner with CFX because there is no other. And I am totally in my own lane. And I do not look at other companies. I do not have any shiny ball syndrome. I am absolutely laser focused. And I hope that any of that just lands on people, because if you want those 50K weeks, they're there. There's lots of room at the top.
Correct.
You know? And that's just the beginning. I mean, I'm only 18 months in. I'm just like a baby in the company, right? Like, let's remember, I'm just getting started. Like you, I'm only a minute ahead. So don't tell me this is not possible for others. Of course it is. It absolutely is. But these things, go back and have a listen to the postures of success and make a decision. Cut everything else off. Don't give up your day job. No one said that's a good idea until the time is right, right? That then we blame CFX. Oh, where's those with, like, it's crazy shit. I mean, this is a long-term legacy project. And let's treat it like that. And let's treat ourselves like that.
Correct.
Okay,
Look,
you guys have been amazing.
Thank you ever so much.
My pleasure.
Before you go, and before you go quickly, Mel, are you still there? Or I see Lorne, I think is still on. Mel, seemed like I think Mel dropped out.
No, I'm still here, Brother Ronnie.
All right, Mel, I'm going to ask you very briefly if there's anything that you just want to wrap up with, just anything that Anna would close off with for us that, that would benefit your team in SA. Go ahead.
Yeah. So,
I've got 10 minutes to go before I hit another meeting.
Okay. So thank you so much, Anna. It's really just been absolutely so empowering. And I think something that I needed you to pour into me, because obviously my husband is leading our family and we've got both our children in. And it has just been a struggle for me and my husband personally, just to we show up every day. We on the webinars. I think the people that are on this call today will echo that. But it really has just been a struggle to find execs, and we are constantly building, constantly looking for new lines, and we just get people like maybe 15,000 points or 31,000 points, but it's all coming from one leg. So what could you advice could you give to us? Like, how do we are working. I don't know what else to do with our team, right now, because it's a little bit frustrating and discouraging if I just have to
Yeah.
bear my heart out.
Yeah.
But you know, just for myself,
Yeah.
I've looked at new strategies, you know, looked at different network marketing strategies, and if you can just help me with that, please, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you have your own webinars that you run for your team, for guests to bring guests to? Are you
No,
presenting,
not
Mel? Are you presenting?
yes, we do live events, but not
But what about
regular
what about just a
webinars.
Zoom call once a week?
Okay, no, I don't do that. And in actual fact, my
So
husband and I
set
were
up
just
a
thinking
Zoom,
about that today. Okay,
set up a Zoom for your team, right? You down, right? And because you're the highest one in this group, is it you and your husband? Everyone is in your team here?
yes, my husband is the highest one. He's manager. I'm exec.
Yeah. You're exec. Okay,
Yeah.
great. So first of all, you need volume. Okay. So the only way you're going to really get that volume is bringing new members in, new blood. And the only way you're going to bring new blood in is if you step up and start presenting your own webinars and inviting people into your own calls. So yes, there's the John Kinnear call, but you've got to be creating your own call and maybe even a giveaway, a $300 pack giveaway. You know, you might do that once a fortnight. You want, you just for the next 90 days, just get as many new people in. Go on a massive drive to bring new members in. Don't worry, you put enough in the funnel and you'll have your 25,000 group volume points popping out all over the place. You need a lot more in the funnel. Okay, so you need to get your team together to drive their social media networks, their business networks, their follow-ups. Everyone needs to invite. That's where we are. That's where you are, because you know, points come in and then points roll off in 30 days, as you know, right?
Yeah.
The only way to really hit that sweet spot of 25,000 points always being in your ecosystem is to have enough new people coming in and those people sharing and building depth, right? No point going executive if you don't have people on level 5 and 6. There's so much money on level 5 and 6.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Level 5 and 6 is 40% of the uni level, right? That's 20% on each level. So you want to be able to enjoy that. There's no point hitting executive for an iPad. You know what I mean? You want executive because you want there to be volume, duplication, and real leadership. So it starts with you guys stepping up and delivering the presentations in your flavor with your slide. I mean, you can copy the slides, that's okay, but you might want to put your own flair in on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely love that.
Yes, your leadership, you and your husband stepping right up into the front seat.
Okay, awesome. I mean, I work social media, but I kind of step back a little bit because you know, social media is demanding, and you know, it's just like going through that whole process. Is that something that I want to be on constantly every day, 9, 3 o'clock, and then 7 o'clock again? But I'm going to have a look at your Facebook page and take some cues from that as well on a way forward. Thank you so much for that. Much appreciated.
Yeah, just whatever you do, just do it consistently. If you don't do anything consistently, it just won't work. So it's about consistency. If you choose to do offline, face-to-face, do it every day. Do it relentlessly, consistently, consistency. It doesn't matter if it's rain, hail, or shine. Your sales are set for success. That's what you're doing. That's okay. You just keep on doing. So try not to chop and change too much. Decide what you're going to do to invite, and be consistent to your goals. If you're going to show 3 people the information a day, stick to 3 people a day, you know, and just make that your goal. Your life will never be the same again in 90 days, 3 months, and you're set for life. It's just taking your foot off the accelerator, stop, start. It's not a business. It can't pay
Yeah.
you like a business when you get disheartened, and no, nothing gets in your way, not even your own emotions. You are not going to get in your way because we're good at self-sabotaging and letting our own stuff get in the way. But there's got to be a bigger driving force than all of this that you are sort of committed to, non-negotiable about.
Okay. I love that. All right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's back to
Yeah.
the drawing board for me, and just grateful that I have a new strategy now. So thank
And a
you
new
so much.
friend.
Yes, I'm gonna be DMing you.
Yeah,
Not
I'm gonna be
often.
celebrating you and Ronnie and your
Wow.
husband, like all the way. Like I can't
Wow.
wait to,
Wow.
I can't wait to see you guys in the director's thread and going to the live events together, and you know, our families meeting. You've got friends now in Australia. I've got friends in South Africa, Sydney. You know, it's wonderful. That's what
Excellent.
it's really about, you know.
Excellent.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for having me. You guys have an amazing energy. I can feel the passion and the hunger for it, and it's wonderful to be around that energy. And you guys are so deserving, and it's happening. You guys are doing beautifully. This is a recalibration. This interview is a really important step on the journey. You're already on it. You're not at the beginning. You're very much on your way.
Thank
And-
you.
And
So look out for our names on that director list
Yes.
soon. And
Oh, you'll tell me.
Ronnie,
Absolutely.
Lorne, Merle, Adele, Marcel, and everyone else.
Don't forget me.
I'll let them know that you're coming. I'll warn them you're coming for a takeover.
Yeah. Look, and I know I'm speaking for everyone else, but a massive thank you.
Oh,
Good
pleasure.
on you. You've just been
My
spot
pleasure.
on. Really
Yeah.
appreciate you. God bless you indeed.
You're welcome.
Everybody else out there, God bless you. Thank you. Man, SA, you've shone again. I mean, 4 in the morning.
So much.
I'm not sure that I would have set my clock for 4 in the morning, but now you've challenged me.
You guys are amazing. Honestly, nothing is going to get in the way. If
Yeah.
you can be here at 4 in the morning, I
Yeah.
mean, everything is easy from here.
Thank
All
you
right,
ever so much.
beautiful. Thanks for having me. Have
You're
a
welcome.
beautiful
Thank you.
day.
Thank
Have
you,
a
Anna.
great afternoon. Bye,
Same to
everyone.
you.
Bye.